Om Vakratunda Mahakaya
Mahakaya
Surya Koti
Surya
Samaprabha
Samaprabha
Tirvignam
Nirvignam Kuru
Kurme
Me
Deva
Deva
Sarvakaryeshu
Sarvakaryeshu
Sarvada
Sarvada
Saraswati
Saraswati
Namastubhyam
Namastuvyam
Varade
Varade
Kamarupini
Kamarupini
Vidyarambham
Vidyarambham
Karishyami
Karishyami
Siddhir
Siddhir
Bhavatu
Me
Me
Sada
Sada
Guru
Gurur
Brahma
Brahma
Guru
Gurur
Vishnu
Vishnu
Guru Devo
Gurudevo
Maheshwaraha
Maheshwaraha Guru
Guru
Sakshat
Sakshat Param
Param Brahma
Brahma
Tasmai
Tasmai
Shri
Shri Gurave
Gurave
Namaha.
Namaha
Om
Om
Sahana
Sahana
Vavatu
Bhavatu
Sahano
Sahana
Bhunaktu
Bhunaktu
Saha Viryam
Sahaviryam
Karavavai
Karavavahe Tejasvina
Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma
Vadhitamastama
Vidvishavahe.
Vidvishavahe Om
Om
Shanti
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 Shanti Shanti.
Shanti Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Atha Dvitiyodhyayah
अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः
Shri Bhagavanuvacha.
श्रीभगवानुवाच
Let us chant from 47th shloka. Karmanyevadhikaraste
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते
ma phaleshu kadachana
मा फलेषु कदाचन
ma karma phalaheturbhuः
मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः
ma te sangostva karmani
मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि
yogastha kuru karmani
योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि
sangam tyaktva dhananjaya
सङ्गम् त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय
siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva
सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा
samatvam yoga uchyate
समत्वं योग उच्यते
durena ह्यवरं karma
दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म
buddhi yoga dhananjaya
बुद्धियोगाधनञ्जय
buddho sharanamanvichha
बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ
kripana phalahetavah.
कुफलनः फलहेर्नथवः.
So 49th shloka we saw. This 47 to 50th shloka, 47 to 50, four shlokas are important shloka, where we find the definition of karma yoga, samatvam yoga uchate, and in the 50th shloka, yoga karmasu kavashalam, and the 49th shloka also important shloka. Compared to mere karma, karma yoga is greater. Therefore, resort to karma yoga, buddha sharanam, those who work for the results of action, only for the results of action. That is, thinking that they dictate the results of action. They are kripanaha. Why? Because they don't use this faculty given by Bhagavan, that is buddhi. So therefore kripanaha, because results of action are not determined by the doer. It is by so many factors, what we call it adrishtam, and therefore it is with Bhagavan. So the results of you are not the you are the author, you are the doer of kriya, not the author of karma pala. Karma pala is determined by so many factors, therefore you are not the karma pala data. Karma pala data is Ishvara. So those who don't acknowledge Ishvara, they are kripanaha. They are kripanaha. Iti. That is extended meaning. So therefore, misers are people who aim at only small results, not moksha. They don't want Bhagavan. They want only the karma pala. Apakripanaha iti. Whereas karma yogis are, they want Bhagavan, they want moksha. Not about the small results. Iti we have seen. Now, next shloka, 50th shloka, we will read. Buddhi yukto jahatiha
Buddhiyukto jahadiha.
ubhe sukruta dushkrute
Ube sukruta dushkrute.
tasmad yogaya yujyasva
Tasmad yogaya yujyasva.
yoga karmasu kaushalam.
Yoga karmashu kaushalam.
Buddhi yuktaha. Karma yoga buddhi yuktaha. Karma yoga is samatvam yoga uchyate. Therefore, samattva buddhihi iti. Buddhi yuktaha jahati hada to give up, obey both what sukruta as well as dushkrta. That is sukrta, sushtukritam, and the result of sushtukritam, the actions well done, is punyam. And the results of the karma which are prohibited, dushkritam, doing that which should not be done, and that is papam. Therefore, punya pape ityartaha. Sukrita dushkrite, that is giving up because of samattva buddhi. Giving up means not, it is not they give up. It is because of samatva yoga buddhi, samattva buddhi. Therefore, they, the samattva buddhi, sameness of mind, they give up the papa punya. Papa punya is they, papa and punya are adrishtam. Papa and punya are adrishtam. Only Bhagavan knows. So therefore, understanding Bhagavan, understanding the order, acknowledging Ishvara, therefore, they're not attached to, they don't bother about the punya papa. Because they don't have choice over the punya papa. What adrishtam, what the punya, what papam. Therefore, out of understanding is what is giving up here. It's not something is given up out of understanding. That is why samattva buddhi. Therefore, tasmad yoga yujyasva. Therefore, you commit yourself to yoga. Why? Because yoga karmasu kaushalam, discretion in action. It is what is called karma yoga. So about giving up punya papa, here further Swamiji will elaborate, we will see. The idea expressed is that one should not be attached to inaction. One should not be attached to inaction, but rooted in the sameness of mind, samattva buddhi is called yoga, that one should perform action. In his commentary on the shloka, Bhashyakara says, the samattva buddhi that is talked about is with reference to karma phala, the fruits of action. What is gained by one who follows dharma, right and wrong, and not mere ragadveshas, likes and dislikes, is also stated here. Here in this world, while alive, the person gains yoga buddhi, which means samattva buddhi, karma yoga buddhi. Two buddhis have been talked about before. Sankhya buddhi and yoga buddhi. Sankhya knowledge already discussed. Now yoga is under discussion from 40th shloka onwards. So buddhi yuktaha means yoga buddhi yuktaha, who is a karma yogi, who is committed to a life of karma with the buddhi of yoga. Karma yoga, Ishvararpana buddhi and prasada buddhi. The attitude with regard to action. That is yoga buddhi. What does this person do here in this world? Iha, while alive, he or she gives up both punya papa, sukrita, dushkrite. Sukrita means that which is well done. That is well done means that which is proper, that which is dharmika, it is done. Doing what is to be done. The karma that is proper. And dushkrita means opposite. That should not be done, but done. That is dushkrita. Sukrita, dushkrita. So sukrita, proper action, dushkrita, improper action. Therefore, both proper and improper action produce results. And they are called sukrita and dushkrita. Every action produces two types of results, drishta and adrishta. So here sukrita, dushkrita referring to punya papa, adrishta pala. Therefore, Sukrute Dushkrute means Punya Pape, Punya and Papa. This shloka says that the Karma Yogi gives up both Punya Papa here in this life. But can the results of action be given up even by a Karma Yogi? No. Because he has doership, Kartrutvam, the Karma Yogi cannot give up the results. Agam Karta iti Kartrutva Buddhi said, how can he give up the results of karma? He can only be a master of his likes and dislikes, Ragadvesha, so that he has freedom from them. In this way, he can be in harmony with Ishvara. He can be in harmony, in alignment with the order of Ishvara, and having a certain mastery over himself, he can enjoy a composure, a calmness, a tranquility, but nothing more because he's a karma yogi. How does one give Papa Punya? Here it is discussed. Ude Sukkute Dushkute, how you give up? Is there any deliberation? A karma yogi has doership, kartrutva, whereas a sannyasi doesn't. When you look upon yourself as a doer, sannyasi doesn't mean sannyasi, because of jnanam, doesn't have kartrutva buddhi. That is how it is. It's sarva karma sannyasa, that's sannyasi. When you look upon yourself as a doer, you have doership. When you have doership, you cannot escape from the results of action, which always accrue to the doer. Because a karma yogi has kartrutva buddhi, kartrutva abhimana, is not a jnani. If he has kartrutva, he definitely has punya papa. Whether he likes it or not, punya papa will be there because he is a karta. Both the current punya papa as well as the previous old punya papa are standing in this account. Thus, the question of how one gives up punya papa would naturally arise here. This has to be properly understood. This is generally not explained, just a gloss over. Gives up punya papa, and we also don't think, but that's why it's been discussed here. When karma yoga is there for a person, knowledge is not far away. Because this person, being a karma yogi, doing karma to have mastery over ragadvesha, which is for jnanam, for moksha, therefore, knowledge is the goal. So therefore, when karma yoga is there for a person, knowledge is not far away. That is the goal, not the immediate results of action. As long as karma yoga is there will be antakarana shuddhi. And this soon will be followed by knowledge. Therefore, Shankaracharya points out this order again here and says, Sattva Shuddhi Jnana Dvarena. Sattva Shuddhi is Antakarana Shuddhi. Antakarana Shuddhi Jnana Dvarena. Antakarana Shuddhi by Karma Yoga and Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, Jnana Yogyata Praptihi, and Jnana Yoga, Jnana Dvarena, Mokshaha iti. The order is pointed out here. Therefore, Karma Yogi gives a Punya Papa here, we have to take in this world, while is alive means, the means of Sattva Shuddhi, Antakarana Shuddhi. Means the word Sattva has got two meanings. It is one of the three qualities, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. It also means Antakaranam, the mind. Here it is used in sense of Antakaranam. Therefore, Sattva Shuddhi here means purification of the mind. First, Karma Yoga takes care of Antakarana Shuddhi, then knowledge is gained, Jnana Prapti. Then after Jnanam, where is Kartrutvam? Kartrutvam not there, therefore gives up. Therefore only gives up, within quote. So this order is one of the important points in the Shastra that we have to know very clearly. Otherwise, what is being said will be confusing. Because people are confused, they think Karma Yoga is just another means through which Punya Papa is destroyed. No, Punya Papa cannot be destroyed through Karma Yoga. Punya Papa is destroyed means it is only through Jnanam, for which Jnana Yogyata Prapti, for which the Karma Yoga is a means. So therefore, and they say the same thing about Jnana. This different means approach is how people get lost and become confused. Different means different paths for the same goal. That is the confusion. There are different paths to gain moksha, karma yoga, jnana yoga, all so many yogas are there. So therefore people became confused and said so different paths because karma yogi gives up punya papa, therefore karma yoga is also another means. No, it is not like that. That is being clarified here. Like performing karma yoga with the proper attitude, you prepare yourself to be totally freed by knowledge, and that knowledge is gained only when the antakarna is shuddha, pure. Antakarnam should gain the yogyata, should be ready, should get the readiness to receive the jnana. So that is by karma yoga. Therefore, we say that karma yoga takes care of it because karma yoga purifies the mind. Thus, when we come across expressions in Shankaracharya's Bhashya like Sattva Shuddhi Jnana Dvarena, Ube Sukkha Dushkirte Iha Jahati, we must understand the order. Once the Antakarana Shuddhi is taken care, that is, once the impurities, Ashuddhis, Ragadveshas of the mind are taken care of, then the person is no longer under the enthrallment of his or her likes and dislikes, is not under the sway of Ragadvesha. It's not dictated by Ragadvesha because he or she enjoys certain composure, self knowledge. Atmajnanam is not far away. Therefore, gives up Punya Papa, Ube, Sukruta Duskrute Jagati. Iti. Concerning this point, Shankaracharya says a Karma Yogi is a Kama Yogi only for the sake of moksha. A Karma Yogi is a person is a Karma Yogi only for Atmajnanam. Therefore, he or she continues to listen to the teaching, that is Shravanam, and reflect upon it, Mananam, so that it will become a reality, that is Nishtha. So when Nishtha Jnanam takes place, then Ube Sukruta Dushkrute Jahati gives up Kartritva Buddhi not there, therefore Bhoktrutva Buddhi also not there, Aham Bhokta also not there, therefore Punya gives up Karma Pala, gives up, it is not given up, it goes away naturally because of jnana. That is the meaning. That is why Bhashyam is important. Karma Yoga is not a matter of choice. What then should Arjuna or anyone else do first? To ask whether you should become a Karma Yogi or a sannyasi is like asking if you join a university or get a PhD. Karma Yoga is a step for gaining the knowledge. There is no choice here. Therefore, Krishna says, commit yourself to yoga. Yoga yujyasva. This is the same as saying you have just started this inquiry, Arjuna. Therefore, prepare yourself by engaging in Karma Yoga, which means doing what you have to do with the attitude of a Karma Yogi. Krishna also made it very clear that yoga in no way implies the avoidance of action. Exercising discretion in one's choices, that is called Kaushalam. Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. In this shloka, we are told that with reference to our actions, we must use our discretion, Kaushala. What is not to be done is avoided, and what is to be done is done properly. And any action we do is done with the attitude that it is our offering to the Lord. Ishvararpana buddhya. This is yoga. Discretion then is with reference to the choices involved in action and involves one's appreciation of Ishvara as well. Inaction is not going to solve the problem, even though we will see later that sannyasa is referred to as the giving up of all actions, sarvakarma sannyasa, something that is not physically possible. Even a great jnani performs actions. There are swamis, sitting swamis, standing on one leg swamis, and many other swamis, all of which imply actions. No one can avoid action totally. The renunciation of all karmas is strictly in terms of knowledge. That's what sarva karma sannyasa. Jnanena sarva karma sannyasa. By knowing that he or she is not the performer of any action, aham akarta abhokta, atma is akarta abhokta. So by that knowledge, a jnani is said to have given up all action. That is what giving up. Said to have given up all action. Thus, a person who has this knowledge of the Atma is called Sarva Karma Sannyasi. Sarva Karma Sannyasi may be a Ashrama Sannyasi or it can be Grihastha Ashrama Sannyasi, Grihastha also. Not a Sannyasi, not Ashrama Sannyasi, but because of Jnanam, is also a Sannyasi one. The end is achieved, so lifestyle doesn't matter. So Krishna was telling here, Arjuna, that Sarva Karma Sannyasa has nothing to do with inaction. It has concern only with knowledge. This knowledge can only take place in a person whose mind is clear, Shuddha. Such a person is either a Karma Yogi or is a sannyasi, a person who has taken to the life of renunciation. Knowledge is possible for both sannyasis and karma yogis. Krishna told Arjuna that while a choice between yoga and sannyasa is possible, he did not think Arjuna was ready for sannyasa. That meant, according to Krishna, that Arjuna was ready only for karma yoga. Therefore, as we saw in the shloka number 48, Krishna told Arjuna, hey Arjuna, remaining steadfast in yoga and abandoning all attachments, perform actions. Yogastha kurukarmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya iti. How could Arjuna live the life of a sannyasi, a life of contemplation, when he was emotionally involved with his own people? Like others who have too many irons in the fire, Arjuna had too many arrows in his quiver. Therefore, it would be better if he exhausted them all and then see what has to be done. Therefore, further Krishna said, 51, shloka number 51, let us say, Karmajam buddhi yukta hi
Karmajam buddhi yukta hi
palam tyaktva manishinaha
phalam tyaktva manishinaha
janma bandha vinirmuktaha
jamma bandha vinimuktaha
padam gacchantyanamayan.
padam gacchanthyam namayan.
Karmajam is karmana jayate karmajam palam karma palam ityartha. Buddhi yuktaha, endowed with buddhi, that is karma yoga buddhi. Karma yoga is also called buddhi yoga. Durena yavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya. So here the discussion of karma yoga, buddhi yoga means karma yoga. So buddhi yuktaha, endowed with buddhi. What buddhi? Karma yoga buddhi, samattva buddhi, samattva buddhi, samattvam yoga uchyate. So samattvam, that is endowed with the karma yoga buddhi. Palam tyaktva, giving up the karmajam palam, manishinaha, the jnaninaha ityartaha. Palam tyaktva, out of knowledge, therefore, they give up and endowed with the attitude of karma yoga. As jnanis, they give up the karma pala. Therefore, janma bandha virmuktaha, they become free from the bondage of janma and janma bandha, janma, marana, etc. Janma bandha virmuktaha, and they attain padam. That padam is moksha padam, which is anamayam, anamayam padam. Tad Vishnu paramam padam. Anamayam is that which is free from problems, free from samsara. Amayam means problem. Amayam means disease. Samsara disease. Anamayam is free from the samsara disease. That is the palam. That is the padam. Manishinaha gachanti. Manishinaha, the wise, endowed with the attitude of karma yoga, buddhiyuktaha, son, having given up the essence of action, karmajam palam tektva, free from the bondage of birth, janmabandha vinirmuktaha santaha, indeed accomplish the end that is free from all affliction. Anamayam padam gachanti iti. Suppose a karma yogi gains knowledge and thereby gives up all the karma palas, that is, all the punya papas, the good and the bad. Does that not mean that the person is empty, possessing nothing? Will he or she then be a nobody? At least if such a person has gathered a lot of punya, he or she would have been an entity to be reckoned with. But now, it seems that the person will be empty. This assumption is refuted in this shloka. People who are endowed with karma yoga buddhi first gain antakarana shuddhi, then knowledge takes place, which results in the giving up of punya papa. We saw in the previous shloka. And giving up punya papa is mentioned in the previous shloka, karma palam tyaktva, he gains moksha through knowledge. Therefore, the first line here is a restatement of the previous shloka and connects with the previous verse and tells that a karma yogi also gains moksha eventually. Karma yogi also gains moksha. Jnana, Sankhya also gain moksha. Therefore, the end is same. Birth is bondage. Janma bandha vinirmuktaha. Janma bandha. Birth is bondage. How do karma yogis give up the results of action? A karma yogi having the sameness of mind, samatta buddhi. Samatta buddhi is possible only when the goal is moksha. Samattva buddhi. He understands the order. Therefore, he does what is to be done, and therefore receives the results of karma as prasada from Ishvara. That is for Samattva buddhi. So the results do not affect the person. That is the attitude of karma yogi, Samattva buddhi. That's what we say, Ishvararpana buddhi, prasada buddhi. That is what Samattva buddhi. Therefore, a karma yogi having sameness of mind, not the sameness of mind, not his mind is same. That is the status of the mind, condition of the mind, which is gained because of yoga. That is to be practiced. Doing what is to be done, avoiding what should not be done, and accepting the results as it comes, as a grace, as a prasada of the Ishvara. That is the Samattva. Therefore, Karma Yogi having the sameness of mind, Samattva buddhi, towards the desirable and undesirable results of all action, is said to give up the results and in time becomes wise. Is said to give up the results because of jnanam, and therefore he becomes established in jnanam and becomes jnani. Such a person gains self-knowledge after jnanam, is called a manishi or a jnani, wise man. Having become a manishi, a jnani, the person becomes free from the bondage of birth. He becomes janmavanda vinirmuktaha. When the doership is not there, doership is not out of jnanam. Otherwise, how is it possible? If doership not there means jnanena, kartritva buddhi vinashaha. When the doership is not there, the results of action also will not be there. Agam karta not there, buddhi. Then agam bhokta bhi buddhi will not be there. Bhokta is not there, then result of action will not be there means result of action cannot bind this person because he doesn't have kartrutva buddhi. Doership is not there. That is what result of action will not be there means. Karma will have every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The result of action will be there, but for this person, the result of action will not be there because he is not karta, agam karta. Therefore, karmapala will not touch me because agam akarta, therefore abhoktapi. The result of punya papa is adhishta phalam. Punya papa is the punya papa which have been accumulated in the account is janma, another janma, which itself is a bondage. You cannot say that you are only bound after birth. You are bound inside the womb. No matter how much you twist and turn, you have to wait 9 months before you can come out. Thus bound, you are born. Once you are born, you are also bound in that you have to wait at least another 18 years to have a life of your own. After that, of course, you are bound to 100 different things. Therefore, birth is bondage all the way. From this bondage of birth, the wise are liberated. Wise are liberated. Before becoming wise, they are ajnani. Ajnanis are liberated. By jnanam, they become wise and therefore they are liberated. That's how wise are liberated. The sentence is not understood, then becomes a problem. Become jnani and therefore they become liberated. They become free. Shankaracharya makes it quite clear here that liberation doesn't happen after death, but while you are living. Jivan eva muktaha, moksha. He says, Jivantaha eva vinirmuktaha. Janmabandha vinirmuktaha. Jivantaha eva, while living. While living, they are liberated. Unless you are liberated now, while you are alive, you are not going to be liberated later when you are dead. All that you can be is a ghost. If you are liberated here, there will be no problem to yourself or to others. But if you are not liberated and you become a ghost, you will find will be just another entity knocking around for people to channel through. Here in the world, you confuse people by giving wrong advice and so on, and then later as a spirit, you come through the channels, continue to giving out wrong information. Thus it was said that while you are alive, you are completely freed from the bondage of birth and death, commonly referred to as the cycle of samsara, janma marana, samsara chakra. You may say that you don't care whether you are born again, but if it happens, fine. If it doesn't happen, that too is fine. You are only interested in right now. You are not interested in any investment for later, since no one knows what later really is. After death, all you see are the ashes, nothing more. And if the body is not cremated, it is very deep enough that there is no chance of it coming out, even if life is still there. Grass will be planted on the top so that there will be no chance of oxygen reaching you. This you know very well. Whatever happens after death is small, it's all a matter of belief alone. Some logic may be there, but still it is only belief. I'm only interested in what happens here. I don't care if my karma palas go or not. How do I know if Punya Papa is really there for me? Therefore, I don't care about all this. But I do care about my harmony with the world, and I can understand the value of sameness of mind towards the results of action and discretion with reference to the choices involved in my actions. These things are all very clear to me, but please don't tell me that I will be freed from birth and death. I don't care about all that. I'm only interested in what I can get now. This could be an argument. That is being answered here. Liberation is not after death. This shloka tells us that what we can accomplish here while we are alive, not in the form of sense gratification, but in terms of a pursuit that is meaningful in this life itself. The word pada here means that which is to be accomplished. Padyate gamyate iti padam. Padam in grammar it also means a word, that which by something is known. Mere sound is not pada. From the word a given object is understood. What I say you must be able to understand. Then only there is a language. The word has a meaning, and that meaning is understood by everyone. Any word in any language is a pada. It is not used in this sense here in this shloka. Here it means that which is accomplished by knowledge. The word pada in this sense is famous in Sanskrita literature. For example, there is a mention. Vishnoho Paramam Padam means the greatest abode of the Lord Vishnu, the one who is all pervasive. Comes in Kathopanishad. That all pervasive, Vishnoho Padam is moksha, liberation or freedom. And that freedom is gained now while living. In the shloka under study, pada is qualified by another word, anamaya. Any problem is called amaya. Anamaya is nanch tat purusha. Na amaya, anamaya. Anamaya is defined by Shankaracharya as that which is free of all problems. Sarva upadrava ragita, free from all problems. This includes all the problems starting from nagging onwards. Any kind of affliction is called upadrava. Thus, anamaya means that you are free from all afflictions. I am afflicted is a notion that everyone has. I am a product of my own past, and therefore I am afflicted. Everyone has this notion about himself or herself, and from this notion, the person becomes free. Knowing that I am limitless Brahma, I am not affected by anything because there is nothing other than Brahma. There is nothing else to afflict me. Therefore, I am free of all afflictions. When? While living here in this world, Jivan Eva. This knowledge then is really something. It is more than just something, it is a thing. And whatever we do is only for the purpose of gaining this knowledge of oneself. The next shloka, Krishna told Arjuna that he would attain this when his mind was no longer deluded. 52 shloka number, which we will see next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha.